Okay, for this table, what we're looking at is we're looking at an example where there's some sort of cost to society for the consumption of a particular good. In this case, whatever we're producing is creating some sort of pollution. So let's say we're producing paper, and whenever we produce paper, it's creating some sort of pollution. Okay, so the marginal cost table information here, this is the cost particularly to the firm. Okay, just to the firm. The marginal external cost is the amount of cost for the pollution. Okay, we could say what does pollution cost? We'd have to clean it up. We'd have to treat the people that were sick because of the pollution. What is the pollution causing in terms of cost? So this is not something that the firm is obligated to pay. This is the cost to society from the production of this paper. Okay, now marginal social benefit here, this information here tells us how much do we benefit from paper. Obviously, I'm benefiting from paper. I'm using some right now. The more and more paper we use, the less additional benefit we get. So this is going to be a downward, the numbers are going to be falling as we increase our consumption of something. So we, again, just like we did with marginal benefit, we're going to try to figure out the efficient amount of production. We're also going to try to figure out if there's no government regulation, how much are we going to end up producing. So let's start with that. Without government intervention, we are going to produce, and I spelled this wrong, sorry, intervention. Without the government stepping in, what we're going to do is we're going to end up with where marginal cost, just the cost to the firm, okay, is equal to that marginal social benefit. Okay, without government intervention, we'll have marginal cost is equal to marginal social benefit. So let's see where that's going to turn out to be. Marginal cost is this column, marginal social benefit. So not there, not there, not there, not there, there. At 40 units of pollution, tons of pollution, we are going to see marginal cost equal to marginal social benefit. So our Q is going to be 40 tons. Okay. Now this column right here, the marginal external cost, remember we said is the cost to society. Okay, it's not, the costs are not borne by the firm. These are the ones that are borne by society. So in order to get marginal social cost, the cost not only to the firm but to society as well, what we're going to do is we're going to add together marginal cost and marginal external cost to get the total cost to society. So if we're not producing any paper, we're not having any marginal social cost whatsoever. If we increase our production, we're going to have 15 plus 50, which should turn out to be 65, is our marginal social cost, the marginal cost plus the marginal external cost. Okay, so then if we increase production, we're going to see marginal cost increase, and in this case, marginal external cost increase as well. So 45 plus 100 is 145. For 30 tons, we have 80 plus 150 is 230. And for 40 tons, we have 120 plus 200 is 320. And then at 50 tons, 175 plus 250 is 425. So the total cost to society, to the firm and to society, that's our marginal social cost. That's how we're going to get that information. So what the government has to do in order to get to the efficient amount of production is they're going to have to impose some sort of tax equal to that marginal external cost. So if the firm is required to pay these marginal external costs, we should end up somehow back to our efficient amount of output. So efficient amount of output is always going to be where marginal social cost is equal to marginal social benefit. So let's figure out where that's going to be. Okay, at 0 tons, no. At 10 tons, no. At 20 tons, my marginal social benefit equals my marginal social cost. So at 20 is where we would have our efficient level of production. Okay, that's where society is going to be the best off it can be. Okay? So the government would have to come in and impose this marginal external cost to the firm to get us to the efficient amount of output.